Hello, welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's it. Last time the team finally made it to the ball. Oh my god, that happened. There was some contention about who was going to be let into the party, specifically when it comes to Codswallop and Crash. But luckily, that was quickly resolved. But once arriving at the party, made quick sight of their target, and Jin's target specifically, but otherwise started mingling. Jin made some plans with Grey Swallow to distract him into getting into the bathroom, so that Jin can deal with him in the bathroom. At the same time, Avril, being the young protege to Jin's mishappenings here, arriving with them separate to the others, had found themselves alone on the dance floor, to which they grabbed onto the nearest warm body, who turned out to be a very polite and expensive looking man, very handsome as well, wearing
a hot, one could say.
A hot, one could say indeed, who is in a ram's mask, who is revealed to be the Lord of the Hells, Asmodeus, at least as far as Avril, Varys, Ailey, and Crash are aware, as they are all standing together near the buffet table, and he's lifted up his mask and revealed his red skin briefly. And that was pretty much where we left off. So, with that, let's continue, shall we? Thoracus, you're on the dance floor, forcibly grabbed a young man into a dance to keep up appearances. Codswallop is following along. You can see the other three across the way, talking to this very rich man. You know that Jin stepped into the bathroom. You're not sure the reason of that. You weren't privy to that information. What are you doing? Just continuing to dance there?
Is it distraction time? Is it distraction time? Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean by is it distraction time.
That was all for me.
Okay.
Okay, what about what other people in the ballroom are doing? Are sort of looking at and around, like, are they noticing too many of our people that we don't want noticing, or like,
No.
where's everyone's attention?
So you guys were the light of the party there for a little while, but now that the party has really fully gotten into full effect, you guys have become more of an abstract curiosity than anything else. There's occasional glances over to see what you guys are up to, but otherwise, the only person who's really attracted much attention is Ailey, as they're able to converse in a in an engaging way. The rest of you seem very standoffish. Of course, Avril appears mostly in their depth. They are able to perform this relatively well, but they are not getting any undue attention other than this man who seems polite enough, at least from what you're able to see, and you can see that Varys and Ailey are right there. If there was anything untoward going on over there. Otherwise, pretty much everyone is just making conversation. There's a small band started up, so they are playing. They are playing some nice music that you've been dancing to. There are some people who are more interested in just watching them play, but otherwise, there's just a lot of small conversations going on, a lot of politicizing. Wayclaw is there in the corner. He made his rounds around the room when he first came here, very clearly avoiding you guys to not attract too much attention, but has otherwise just there's a lot of political people here who are doing political conversations that you're not particularly interested in.
Wayclaw seems to have done most of his politicizing.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to drag this poor soul over to the band.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask them to play something more upbeat. Fast-paced.
Okay. The singer up there looks oddly at you, as if questioning your authority here.
Let's see if I can convince them with my body language. I'm super confident. Fuck. Please. Just please. I want to give, everyone's miserable and being boring. I want to get this place, going.
Okay. Seeing what you're doing, the singer will look around at other people here who are, more higher up on the political food chain about what just has occurred, and you will see that he looks over at Wayclaw as one of the many high-ranking politicians that he looks at, and sees Wayclaw give a stiff yes to whatever she says nod. And
higher up on the political totem pole, yeah, but more likely to stab you.
Yes. So he does accept that as okay, yeah, sure, and quickly starts up a faster paced beat.
Okay, I'm gonna try and grab snag at least one of this poor guy's buddies. And it's time to start a proper line dance. Hell yeah. Time to attempt a proper line dance that I've never seen performed before. Charisma, man. I wish we could rope Ailey into this.
Yeah.
But surely Ailey would join me as soon as Ailey sees me trying.
Maybe. We'll see what Ailey's up to. So, as you try desperately during this upbeat song to wrangle,
manhandling two randos.
You manage to manhandle these two. That's not you don't need a roll for that. They're threatened enough by you in general for them to participate. But getting anybody else to actually participate is difficult for you.
Yeah, that tracks.
But you continue to try nonetheless. And it looks funny for everybody else, so that's entertainment. But while you're doing that, we'll go over to Varys, Avril, and Ailey and see what they're up to.
Good hell.
So, the Lord of the Hells has just revealed himself to you as being at this party. What's happening? He reaches over Avril seemingly suddenly way taller than he was before, but only briefly, as he is able to just reach completely over Avril, grab an hors d'oeuvre off the table, and then just start ever so politely munching on it without dropping a single crumb on himself.
Everyone's just like intently staring at this person. Hasn't quite figured out what Lord of the Hells means, but has figured out that this dude has the big dude with the teeth in a bad place and wants to do something about it and make sure that he never leaves.
Fair enough. Varys?
I know this is something he was talking about with last time
Yes.
with as well. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
I think Varys is keeping one eye on what's going on the dance floor, but is otherwise just keeping an eye on Asmodeus.
Fair enough. Well, after inhaling this hors d'oeuvre, he will right himself, brush off non-existent crumbs from himself, and will stick his arm out to Avril again, and be like, "Would you care to continue dancing?"
Is that how that works? Like you just tell us that you're some like crazy dude and then we just go back and just dance like you didn't just tell us that?
It pays to keep up appearances.
Well, what else are you gonna do?
Well, I'm not gonna stay up reading because it's not past my bedtime.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm an advocate for that, but that's just me.
Cool. I got a friend that you gotta meet and tell them that because they do not like it when I stay up past bedtime.
Oh, believe me, I know. I know.
Before you foxtrot away, what brings you here?
Yes, I was wondering when we'd get to that question. Well, it's quite simple, really. I came to offer Jun this, and he lifts up his coat a little bit, and pulls forth an elfwood tree leaf that glinters ever so lightly in the light, and slowly puts it back in his suit pocket. But, as it turns out, they were, a little bit onto it. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like Jen.
Onto it?
Well, they figured it out themselves. They were quite good at that, actually. Null's loss, I guess.
Varys just looks at it quizzically. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, it's quite important that you all have some help when the chips are down at this point. And, well, Jun is getting the required help that he needs. Thoricus has their help, as it were. Now we just need to sort out the three of you.
The three?
Yes.
Myself, you, and Haley.
you could help out Varys when I've they showed me moving pictures, and they've got like this girl who's like dead, but she's not dead, but I'm pretty sure that Varys really liked them, and that person, like we should probably get that person back. Like there's this other
Varys
person who's
freezes
looking
up
after them.
when this is mentioned.
It's like,
Yes.
with as much tact as Everil has, is going, yeah, but you could help Varys. Like, that would be pretty useful, because they seem to really miss her. Because, not that I remember who Varys was before
Varys
I
becomes
knew,
really
but...
interested in the hors d'oeuvres.
Yes.
Just actively turns away at this point.
Well, yes. It is very sad about Micaiah. I'm sorry for your loss. It is, of course, currently outside of my power to retrieve herself from the sword. You will need to track down the sword first before we can do anything like that. But I meant more in like a general sort of, deific help. Thrycus has got Jamie, demigod. Jude's got a archfey, and possibly a dragon god at sometimes. So we need the rest of you to get some more allies that we can rely on when things get bad, and they will get bad.
Is that what do you call it? What's the word for when you tell someone something not nice?
A threat? No, that's more of a warning, a prophecy. It's not really a promise. It's not something that I want to happen, but either way, you guys got problems, and some of those problems are my problems. So, have an opportunity for you all, and that's why I'm here. I was going to offer this to Jun, so that they could, get in good with the Dark Lady, and they would continue that relationship. And that's going to work out. We're good with that. I'm sure that's in hand. Ailey, we need to get you a dragon god. I'm sure that you guys are on the way for dealing with that right now. Getting Jinsen back online, right? Kind of a big deal. So, some of the bits and pieces for him to get him back in working order, you're gonna need to come to my house.
Your house?
Yes. Down
Where's
south.
that? South, like on that map that they showed me? It goes to the sea.
No, straight down.
And
Yeah,
we'll,
but
like,
also
point
not at the same time.
southwards,
Also,
and then
kind of
points through the
plains,
floor,
but
and then turns their head on the side like a puppy.
yeah, they're all kind of like, if you imagine a bunch of plates kind of stacked on top of each other, but then it's also kind of outward as well. It's strange.
Sort of a metaphysical south, as it were.
Now, who
The
the what
Hells.
now?
The Hells, as we specifically the city of Dis, where they have a temporary palace set up, and many other portals to many other realms there as well. But I have some things there that will help in the resurrection of Jinsen that we can use to make sure Ailey gets their dragon online. And from there also we have portals to Mechanicus, where you, Varys, will need to go as well to get your help. And for you, Everil, well, it's just a short hop, skip, and a jump to the elemental plane of fire. Where I'm sure we could figure something out from there.
You want me to what now?
Well, you've got fire powers. Surely you would want to see the elemental plane of fire, where everything is fire, right?
But if everything's already on fire, and there was someone there that needed to be, set fire to, couldn't I, not make it more fiery? And also, what if I catch fire?
Those are all good questions. I'm sure someone else can answer them for you. That's not really what I'm here for.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to get burnt there.
Quite likely.
Hmm.
So, just, just some things. I'm sure.
This is the weirdest conversation.
Wait, do I have to go on my own? Does Varys have to go to the mechanic on their own? Do I have to... Wait, what? Just Avril is, trying to count on their fingers. They look like the person in the meme with the equations flying across their face. They're just... Oh, what?
No. This can all be done together. And will be done in succession, I'm sure. But this is just... I'm laying out right now some things that I need you to do. And there's
Aren't you, big and powerful and stuff? Why can't you do it?
I am, but there are rules about this sort of thing. In fact, it's me breaking the rules quite a bit, being here, telling you to do this. But these things need to be done, because all of the other gods, well, they're pussies, to be honest. And they're just going to let this happen. So, somebody...
I'm so mad that Jin's not there.
Somebody
They're
needs
cats?
to...
Looks at Varys. Cats? Trying to use the accent that me and him are used to, being no. Do you mean like feline, right?
No, no.
Sorry, I forgot I was talking with a child. That's on me.
There's always a disconnect, we...
I forget,
A lot's
Points at
happened.
Varys. He thinks I'm really old. Can you tell him how crazy that is?
You are really old compared to him.
Yes.
Just takes a step backwards into the buffet table. My life is a lie.
It's another metaphysical thing. You're not actually in physical time older than me, but you are from an older time.
Yes.
Looks back at the Lord of the Hells. Wait, no. Does that mean someone's gonna send me back someday and I'm like Varys' great-grandmother somehow?
I don't think so.
I hope not. I never want to go back there. Don't make me go back there.
You're not a halfling. I am a halfling.
Yeah, but half is in the name. You only gotta be half of one.
I think that a halfling might be a different thing. I am not sure.
Varys would have an entirely set of different powers if he was any way related to you. But nonetheless.
Yeah, if everybody else is fine with fire, I am not.
Yes. So
Oh,
maybe you
yeah.
could be like Ailey's. But no, that's... sorry, I shouldn't have been playing into this. This is...
Yeah.
I enjoy making fun of these things as well, but I really shouldn't be. You're not gonna go sit back in time. I'm pretty sure that these timelines are fixed for you because of the things that are all up in your business. So don't worry about that. You're gonna be in this time at least for however long you live.
Huh. How long do dogs live?
It depends on the dog.
Yeah, generally.
Huh.
Do you have a specific dog in mind?
I don't know. It's complicated. But I had a big idea, but I didn't want to do it if they weren't gonna be happy and live long forever, you know?
Okay. Really derailed me there for a moment.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I'm missing some context.
Yep. Back to it. Lord of the Hells. Okay. So that's what I needed to tell you.
Wonderful.
Is there anything you want to ask that I might be able to give you an honest answer for?
What?
Varys,
Hmm?
get the leaf thing from him.
Whispered the U-bend.
Hear it through the pipes, through the vents.
It's as if they're with us right now.
The spirits are asking me something. Asmodeus, what is that thing? That thing there? And Varys will point at the leaf.
This. Well, this is an Elfwood leaf. It reveals the true nature of changelings.
Huh?
When they touch it, it returns them to the original shape. Hence why I was going to offer it to you.
Okay.
But they don't necessarily need it right now.
But it will be helpful for them.
Possibly.
I could look after it. Literally puts their hand up in the air like they've got a question. I could look after it and then give it to them because they're like my date. They said it wasn't a date, but it's like my date.
Yeah,
And
we don't know
that
each
sounds
other
really
right
useful.
now.
Okay. Well, herein lies the problem. The rules that I spoke of. I can only give someone this if they enter into a pact with me.
Sure, that sounds normal.
Maniacal out of character giggling.
What's a pat? Like on the head?
No. Well, maybe you should go and ask Jun then.
I think Jun's got this in hand at the moment. I'd rather not interrupt them on the toilet.
Yeah, I did that once. It didn't end well. It's all that stuff they eat from their pockets after it's gone bad.
Yeah, it is.
Mental bro fist. Oh.
So, you give us a present, and we have to sign a thingy. How does that work?
Well, there's no real signing involved. You'll just have to promise that you'll do something for me. And of course, this promise is sort of binding in the way that promises are. If you'd be willing to accept that kind of promise, I'll give you the details, of course, but I know how you mortals are about making pacts with the devil, so...
Oh, Avril's just twigged who that is.
I don't know. I haven't ever met anyone who's kept a promise.
That's bleak.
That is quite unfortunate. But I, as part of the rules, will have to keep my promise. And as part of the rules, you will have to keep yours.
Well, the promise from you can't be just give me a pretty leaf. Sure, or Varys or Ailey, you know, not just me, but like what kind of like you know, what stuff? What kind
So
of thing?
you're asking for a sweetened deal, yes?
I'm asking, do we just get a shiny leaf? Or, I mean, Ailey's happy with shiny leaf. Is it pretty?
I believe it is also a case of what would the ramifications be if the promises were broken?
Well, that is the question, isn't it?
Hmm.
Depends on varying degrees, of course. This promise would be quite simple, because I am trying to do you a favor here.
Hmm.
The pact would simply be, if I give you this leaf, you promise to come to my realm and retrieve the pieces of ginseng that you need. So, if you broke that by avoiding the hells for too long, you might find yourself getting weaker, getting sick, being physically pulled to the hells for eternity. But if you just showed up and didn't retrieve the things of ginseng, then it would be lesser. You'd probably be able to leave, but then have to come back when you die. But if you completed the whole thing, came to the hells, got the sticks of ginseng, it would be complete.
And it would be finished at that point.
Correct.
Are the hells warm?
Yes.
I'll be right. Everyone's like attempting to make jokes now.
Well, most of the hell is quite warm. Yes.
This isn't warm, is
So
it?
we go to a fancy place. That we don't know how to get there yet, but I know how to do magic circles now. Those are really cool. So you could like show me the magic circle so that we could go to the place to do the thing that you want us to do. And then like I draw it with my finger. It's really cool. And then we get some stuff for you, some twigs or something. And then we're both happy. Is that right?
Yeah. In a nutshell.
Huh.
Hmm.
The stuff you want us to get, is it hard to get? Like, why can't you get it if it's where you live?
It is another part of the rules. It is not of my realm. It is not mine to give. So it must be collected.
If we get it, we're getting it for you?
No.
What are you going to do with it?
You are getting it so
Yeah.
that you can return ginseng to life.
Mm-hmm.
Puts comically big, like, aside to Varys. Who's Jensen?
The diamond dragon, the one that we had the statue of, that we went to the room of, where we met your little druid friend. Yeah, that's
Hey!
Jensen.
I just remember meeting Reptar. I didn't remember the diamond bit. My bad. Or insert local colloquial slang for those words.
No
It's probably more like oops.
Yes. Yeah. Ailey and I took an interest in Jensen, and bringing Jensen back is a very good idea considering what's happening right now.
Well, then why don't we just go? What's bad if we go straight away and go do this thing?
Well, we're currently expected to be at the masquerade, so we can't just leave right now. We also don't
but
really
like,
know.
you know, we could go tomorrow.
We also. We are also concerned that some things might be happening tonight, so planning that far ahead may not be possible, you know?
Mister, could we talk about it tomorrow? Because my friend's a bit worried.
Well, I will not be here tomorrow, unfortunately. I'm on loan for the masquerade, as I do like to enjoy these things. But the promise isn't you have to go right now, of course. It is simply in the short future, you should.
Can you tell us how short before I have to shake your hand or something, mister?
Of course. Let's say in the next 3 weeks.
Varys, this sounds kind of good. We get like a cool reward and stuff. It sounds good.
Uh-huh.
Is it really just like a fancy leaf? So like I don't mean I'm not trying to be rude, but we've had like, you know, sometimes it's been hard, and like last time we had a really big fight, Varys nearly died, and it was really scary, and I didn't want to think about it too much, but then I started thinking about it again, and oh my god, how do we know that we're gonna be safe?
Well, you never really know when you're going to be safe. And I can't necessarily guarantee your safety in the Hells either. It is... well,
I know, I'm
opinions,
cute.
That's...
honestly, that's part of the problem.
yeah, that would be part of the problem.
Maybe
There,
I
of
could
course-
disguise myself as bigger and scarier.
Perhaps.
Might not be a bad idea.
There are certain creatures in the Hells that I have sway over that I could prevent them from attacking you and, of course, have them protect you as much as they possibly can. But there are other forces there, other devils that would do you harm that I would not necessarily be able to keep a control of.
So you give us a shiny leaf, and then you help us out a little bit by giving us like not the hardest time when we go to get this person, dragon man thing. That does that sound okay, Varys?
Yeah. Okay.
So how does it work? Do I have to like shake your hand?
Yes, there seems like there's a lot of thought that needs to go into this, and I'm pretty sure that Jun has this in hand without this leaf at the moment. So, as much as I do, I'm not going to be able to be physically present to be there for you in the next few days. If you would like to agree to the terms outside of now, you can do that as well. If you just,
So that I can have a talk to that person that I don't know who's dancing over there, wink wink, and so I can have a talk to the person who's in the toilet, who I do know because I'm allowed to know that one, and you know, like we can talk about it as buddies.
Yes, of course.
How do I get in touch with you?
Well, you can pray to...
Do I send you a letter?
Kind of. You can pray to any god that exists so long as you know who they are, and I am included in that. So you can just pray to me if you want to agree. Or I will be here throughout the night if you talk with amongst yourselves today, and then meet me before the end of the night. We can do that as well.
Okay.
Do I get to learn the cool circles that go to the place with the thing on it?
Sure.
Like how are we gonna get there?
There are multiple ways, not just the teleport circle.
Yeah, but magic circles are cool.
Yeah.
And like
That's fair.
turns around, shuffles feet, tries to let the grown-ups do the talking.
We wouldn't be trying to get there the traditional sense, right?
No. You would.
When you say there are other ways than teleportation, that makes it sound a little bit more ominous.
That's true. That way wouldn't work right now anyway. So
Yeah, that's the
Like-
problem.
Like the dude with the big teeth that I sent there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we could make that a silly part of the deal that I get to spit on him when I'm down there or something. Just
Is that a sub clause that you want to put in there?
Ev was just like having like maniacal giggling and then like
Um, I have a question.
Yes.
If we were to there's even under the mask, you can see his remaining halfling eye looking very questioningly. It's like he's trying to really mull this one over. I was wondering if we take a piece off the board, so to speak, if we manage to incapacitate somebody important to the Black Sun, instead of killing them and sending them back to them, is there any way we can give them to you to take to the Hells or other intermediaries?
Oh, that is quite devious of you there, Varus. I like it.
I had a thought because I am worried about the fact that you're aware of what's going on, right? With the and then Varus looks around bathroom situation.
Yes, I am peripherally aware.
That Grolan.
So
The
you're
real
willing
one.
To, oh, the real one.
Yes.
Oh, he's already dead.
Oh. Oh, okay. Honestly, yeah, people don't necessarily stay that way now, though.
That's true. Well, he is definitely in the Black Sun's realm. I'm guessing that whatever they needed to have happen needed to happen more quickly than he had time to do with his resurrection and all that. And I think his body was quite mangled, and
Oh,
the Black Sun's not good at putting things back together. So
okay. Honestly, it's actually quite refreshing knowledge to have.
yes. So I think there's not much I'm going to be able to get out of the changeling that's currently him. I think it would be better off him not going missing, as it were, right now. But yes, there are ways for you to send his people my way. Does require.
If it means that they're not coming back.
Yes.
Or at least are sidelined for a time. Even if it buys us time, that's better than what we have now.
Yes, of course. Well, the easiest way to make sure is to simply not kill them. You know, like the other guy. What's his name? Man, no, I've forgotten his name. Where is he? Oladan.
DM
Oladan.
scrolling through 50 million notes.
You have no idea. Just
pages upon pages of names.
Just like what happened with Oladan, the Queen of the Black Sun has him. Sorry, Queen of Air and Darkness. Jeez, getting two evils mixed up. The Queen of Air and Darkness has. Oh dear. Has has Oladan sealed away in her castle to stop him from being able to get back in contact with the Black Sun. I can do similar things. The problem being, of course, that is not a action that I can take lightly. Again, the rules require that I need to have.
Oh, I'm sure that rules can always be interpreted.
Not this one, I'm afraid. You'll have to talk again. You'll have to see Mechanicus to fully understand what that's all about. But
Okay.
the real point here is gods are not supposed to intervene directly, right? We are not physically here on this plane. I am merely inhabiting an avatar right now. So, me even talking to you openly like this is well, I've cashed in a few favors to make sure that this happens. As I do for pretty much every masquerade on this plane. Because I like to go. But I have, other followers who are happy to pay those prices for me. But changing the ebb and flow of souls, that one requires a little bit more than a single devout follower could offer. At least not without them being directly present. So, if one of you wanted to become a devout follower, then hey, I can make it happen.
Uh-huh.
And he lifts up a wine glass and chuckles to himself.
Varus gives a slight shake of his head, and the bullet beard swishes and clanks.
Yes. It is unfortunate that you sent Azabelgia back down to me when you did. That would have been an excellent way of getting creatures to me quickly. But
yeah, it was not doing my eyeballs any favors.
Understandable, yes.
Hurt like hell as well.
Oh, we killed this one person that their house was like a chicken. Do you have that one?
No. No, I do not have puppy milk.
And an absolutely awful thought occurs to Avril, and you get a definitely not completely blinking back tears. Do you have... Wait, can you hear what I'm thinking?
No.
Oh.
Not a skeevy wizard. Sorry.
Do you... Is she there? Like...
No. Of course not.
Okay. Am I gonna go there one day for what I did?
He, you see his like very cheeky grin become just a sort of plain, neutral, not quite frown, but not quite smile either. And he lowers himself to be eye level with you and says, "Only people who are truly evil come to where I reside. And that isn't necessarily a punishment for them. And for you, I'm sure it will be, but you live in your own hell already. Don't let that define you." And then straightens back up.
Errol's gonna suddenly need the toilet and will grab like random shit off the buffet table on the proviso of, oh no, gotta go, check my wet, look at my wrist, gotta go. And it's just gonna head randomly stumbling towards the bathrooms.
All right.
Insert me being a large distraction by having a conversation with this large person and then bumbling around. I'm doing my job.
Okay. And it is at about this time, probably just as Avril is leaving, that Varys has enough time to sort of separate himself from this conversation, enough to see that Grey Swallow is heading towards the Dudgrolim lookalike with a heavy bowl of something, and very performatively, at least from your insight, can see that he is very performatively spilling this all over the changeling being Dudgrolin right now. And there is shouting, there is a mess of people trying to grab paper towels, trying to clean up what's going on. But of course, Dudgrolin is currently a mess, and eventually pushes everybody away from fussing and says, I'll deal with it, in his dwarven tone, and pushes everybody out of the way and himself heads towards the bathroom.
I would...
Yep.
Sorry, carry on.
He is miraculously the only person covered in this soup.
Ah. Wonderful. I'd like to just do a bit of a circle around kind of nonchalantly so that I can get people into brain range and just let them know what's going on.
Okay.
Ailey, Thoricus, and Ailey and Thoricus know that April's headed off, and now the Dudgrolin, now Dudgrolin in quotation marks, is heading to the bathroom.
Okay.
You tell them about Asmodeus?
Well, Ailey knows about
Yep.
Asmodeus. Yeah.
And is now that Avril is gone, is standing right up against Asmodeus and is like grabbing his hand and looking at his rings and like just touching every shiny piece of him, as he is very, very acutely aware of everything that she is touching and making sure it's still there.
Thoricus? Asmodeus is here.
Is this in my head?
Yeah.
How many people have managed to get on the dance floor at this point?
Just the two that you've initially wrangled.
I guess the song's almost over anyway. I'll fucking... Oh fuck, what will I do? That is the question.
That is the question.
But, no, it's Thoricus. She's gonna, like, huffily drop these poor sod's hands and just stomp, like, full on stomp over to Varys. Like, what?
Well, and Varys will just gesture.
And you'll see
Who? Where?
this extremely handsome gentleman with a ram's masquerade mask on, standing next to Ailey, and Ailey has grabbed his arms and is carefully inspecting each piece of his jewelry, and you I think you immediately know that that's him.
I mean, I would believe Varys regardless.
Yeah.
Um, definitely gonna stomp on over.
Okay.
And just be like, "Why the fuck are you here?"
Oh, Thrakus. It's a pleasure as always. I'm here to party. I like a masquerade, don't you?
You know I don't. You know I don't.
Never been to a
Fucking
masquerade
shove that
before.
ram right up his. Why are you here? Other than the party, you're never here just for fun.
Well, yes. I came to offer some assistance to the rest of your party. I'm sure that they will all fill you in on what's been discussed.
You came to recruit my friends.
Not at all, not at all. In fact, I expressly gave them the option to completely opt out of anything. But if they wanted my help, then I am free to give it.
Well, they best damn have informed consent in that regard.
Of
So-
course, when have I ever not given informed consent?
I'm not talking about information you'll give them. I'm talking about information I'll give them. Because you speak in your rhyming, fayish tendency, silliness. You act more like the Fae than you do the other demons. It's ridiculous.
I take that as a compliment, thank you.
Oh my fucking god, I can't actually. The one person Thrakus actually cannot insult somehow magically.
Yes.
And I'll just turn to Ailey and be like, "You're never going to be able to rob him. Try some of the easier marks."
And she'll go, rob him? No, these are just pretty. Knowing full
eye
well,
roll is not
well that she
concealed.
is absolutely trying to rob him.
Even with my distracting, it's not working.
Yes.
And I'll just... Don't fuck this up for us, Asmodeus.
Of course not. Go about your business.
You go about yours.
Oh, I'm trying. And with that, we're going to quickly go to Jun as Dom Rona walks in to the bathroom. But just before we do that, so get prepared, Jun. I'm just going to quickly take off my headphones so I can remove my jersey. So be prepared.
Okay.
And now we cut live to Jun in the bathroom. What will happen next? No, it's still not enough time. It's still going, folks.
So,
Okay, then time for a joke.
Time for a joke?
Yeah. Like I was trying to kill time for you, but what's 5Q plus 5Q?
what?
What's 5Q plus 5Q?
Yeah, what? What is it?
Yeah, you tell me.
10Q?
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Psychic damage is real.
More like 4Q, am I right?
Yeah, no, 5Q plus 5Q is 10Q.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
but 4Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, it equals 4 you. 4 you? Yeah.
So, Jun, you are currently standing on top of the toilet, waiting for your mark to enter the room, and you hear it before you are able to sense him in the room, as he's sounding like a very angry, grumbly dwarf, and barges into the bathroom and immediately starts sloshing about with water in the sinks outside of the store.
So, as soon as I hear the commotion, I've already been applying the Flask of Assassin poison to my weapon.
Cool.
But I'm also going to, as soon as I hear the commotion, down my potion of skillfulness.
All right.
And then, as soon as he comes in and kind of is isolated and focused on, like, does he go into a stall?
No, there's sinks outside that he's currently using to splash water on himself, dab himself with towels.
And is the bathroom brightly lit?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I think Jun is going to just, sneakily jump down behind him and fucking stab him.
Okay. Let me find a good. That'll do. Let's move over here. Oh, the screen actually can't see the bathroom. Fantastic. Well, you, John, will be able to see what's going on in the bathroom, but the audience will not.
I can barely see, and the game is paused, so I can't even open the door.
Yes, you are. You're in this tiny little stall. I'll not pause for you.
Cool. And this figure in front of the thing is what's his face?
That is him.
Um,
He's struggling to reach up to the sinks, as it appears they have not been made with dwarven people in mind. But it is a good height for him to start splashing himself with water, so he is doing that and got a few towels there. He's already messed up a few of them. He's grabbing clean ones and trying to get as much of the soup out of his clothing as possible, mumbling about dry cleaning and other things.
so how is the bathroom lit?
There are a few candles, some on the wall. There's a nice candelabra in the corner that is keeping it all very well lit.
It's not like a single source of light.
No, very not.
That's okay. Jun's just going to, because I imagine he's relatively high up. He's certainly not got his feet on the ground, so he's probably going to jump down off the top of the stall and just quietly sneak over behind the guy.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Please tell me I'm proficient in stealth. I am.
You are, so that's a +2 on that.
19. Plus
extra stuff, so that's 25.
Yep.
Yep. You slink down off of the toilet and creep right up behind your dwarf.
And I think he's gonna take his arms around him and start slashing and going, "You could run up if you just took a different form," and then like slice his neck open.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack at advantage. Oh, that's so
At
close.
advantage. And then I also got.
Is he surprised?
He is surprised.
I also get
So it's
additional.
automatically a crit on surprise?
On melee, I think it might be. I'm not sure. Surprised condition.
Would look. I have the conditions here somewhere. Stats. Surprised. No, it's not in that list.
It might just be that they can't move, take actions, or take reactions until their turn in. So
Yeah, so
even on their
that's
first turn, they don't
that's
get
their first
anything.
You get advantage, and I'm also going to give you sneak attack on this one. Not nearly to Ailey's level, but but still. So you should also roll that Flask of Assassin's Poison for me.
Yep.
Which is 7d6. Or just click it. Should roll it. Yep, that works. And also 2 additional d6 for sneak attack.
Nice.
Okay.
Not bad. 32.
So you get an additional 2 because your proficiency bonus is increased.
Yes. Does that add to damage?
I'm pretty sure it does actually.
Oh yeah.
If you have proficiency, is
Well,
that the case?
I think that's the case.
It'd be to hit,
I'm
wouldn't it?
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's not. No, that isn't actually how
Oh,
that
okay.
calculates. But you can attack twice. For blood.
I can.
So hit it again. Still at advantage.
Oh good god. Just as well I have advantage.
Oh,
Oh, so close! That was almost a nat 20. Wah.
Okay, but you are proficient in this weapon, so that is still a 9.
Yeah. Which probably doesn't hit.
No, I'm afraid that one doesn't.
So can I grapple him? Realizing that he's not immediately going down.
I will say that your boots that you were going to use to try and teleport also have the ability to take an additional attack.
Yes.
So if you activate their ability.
So activate their ability. Does that mean I have to
Yeah, so
do something?
So for 1 minute, you would be able to have that extra attack. So for 10 rounds of combat, you get an extra attack as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you say that you engaged that ability as you stepped up to him.
Yep.
To give you the maximum amount of attacks here.
Yes, and I'm very interested in being able to use it to get away as well. So I would have definitely engaged that.
Cool.
Sweet. So I will attack again.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Still at
3 twos in
still
a
at
row.
advantage.
yeah. 13.
13.
Okay, a 13 will just hit.
Thank fuck. Jesus.
Okay, you may roll the Flask of Assassin's Poison again. But no sneak attack on this one. So another 76.
Thank fuck for this assassin's poison.
Yep.
How hurt is he looking?
Well, that will be. What's it?
That's 35 damage from that last hit.
Yeah, so 35 plus 32, 67 points of damage. You have viciously wounded him. So you're using the glaive here. So let's paint a picture. So Jun slinks down from the toilet. It clicks the heels of these shadow-stepping boots together. There's a very slight vibration to them as they engage, and their footsteps feel like they're echoing in their own body as they step. Unusual, as they haven't done this with these boots before yet. step up behind this dwarf who is scrubbing himself, occasionally dabbing himself with towels, looks up at a very, very small mirror. They did not expend for a full-size mirror here, and just sees Jun behind him at the very moment as a glaive swings round and jabs him in the chest and in the stomach 2 times. Third time swinging a little wide, but manages to really jab him with that. And green ichor seeps into his body, mixing with all the soup that's still all over him. His blood starts oozing out and turning black with the poison. He slumps over, but is still just holding on, grips onto the bath, the sink, and goes, "You!" So, there will be some initiative rolled here, Jim. If you want to roll that.
Mm-hmm. I figured that might be the case. Come on, brain, where is it? Oh, it's not letting me roll it.
Try now.
There we go.
Okay, so
Do I get +2 to that?
yes, you would get +2 to that. So your initiative is far higher than his, and he's also surprised. So you're gonna go first again. So 3 more attacks.
So is he, what you described, is he currently prone?
Yeah.
He is not fully prone. He is just hunched over the sink. He is not going to be able to defend himself, so you're still at advantage. Yeah, you've still got all the cards here.
Yeah, he's still surprised until the end of his turn.
Exactly. So he won't even get his turn next. So you're going to get 2 full rounds on him
Okay.
out of this. So you
I'm
have
gonna-
another 3 attacks if you would like to use your bonuses and attacks.
He says, "The Queen says hello," very quietly, and attacks again. Do I still have advantage?
Yes, you still have advantage. He can't defend himself.
Yeah. So
Cool. Assassin's Poison is
21.
still on the blade. So 76.
and he's rolling whatchamacallit checks for the poison, isn't he?
He should be rolling Constitution.
Yeah.
Constitution saves. He has been failing those.
Being a dwarf and having some poison resistance might have been helpful.
Yeah, it really would have. It's a good thing this guy's not a dwarf, otherwise the shit would not have worked.
Oh my god, this guy's not a dwarf. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Dun dun dun.
Cool.
Good job, man. You get him.
So, as you say this, you whip the glaive around, bring it up, say softly, "The Queen sends says hello." What's it? And cleave his arm right off of his body, cutting his excess off to holding himself on the sink, slamming his head down onto the sink, knocking him at least unconscious. But you see his body crumble to the ground. He's making death saving throws.
I would like to hit him again
Okay.
and prepare my silver cage.
All right.
Because there was nothing in the instructions about where his soul was going to go.
That's true.
So she just said kill him, so I'm going to kill him.
Yep.
And
Cool.
steal his soul.
Let's steal a soul.
So yeah, I've got to hit quite a bit more to like insta kill, right?
Well, he's now on the ground, unconscious. I'm pretty sure these
Melee
automatically
is
hitting,
the-
yeah, pretty much automatically hitting and critting now at this point.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
a hit would be 2 death saves failed.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're definitely taking him out with this. You have no problem doing that. So you may go ahead and do your soul cage.
Yeah, soul cage. So, as he dies, I perform this ritual and grab his soul as it leaves his body and stuff it into this cage. And the cage is quite small, like I can hold it in 2 hands very easily. So the stolen soul remains inside the cage until the spell ends or until you destroy the cage. The length of the spell is 8 hours.
Hold on a second.
Nice. So you can keep it trapped in there for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so
Sorry,
I'm just
go.
going to tuck him away in my pocket on the inside. You know, the way that men always have pockets on the inside of their formal clothing.
Yep.
Now, did we want the body to not be found?
I believe the intention was for him to be found.
That's right.
Preferably earlier, so that whoever sees that he's dead can also see that he turns back into a changeling, that he was revealed to not be to be himself.
That's right. Does he have anything, like, interesting looking on him? I think I'll take, like, the quickest pat down you ever did see.
Alright, roll me a quick investigation.
Oh, too quick. Don't have time.
Yep, don't have time, gotta get out of there.
So Jun is going to snuff out a couple of the candles and use the shadow stepping boots to get out and cross the room and be nowhere near the bathroom.
Okay. You go to use the boots to get into the ballroom. Doesn't quite work as you imagine it. It's far too well lit in there for you to perform that. However, you imagine that probably outside or nearby, maybe not lit enough for you to step into those, but it's going to be difficult without being able to actually see where you're going.
Yeah, I think like the service corridors and things where he met Grey Swallow, some of those probably aren't as well lit, and he has been there before, so he might kind of try to shadow step into one of those.
Okay. You like focus in on doing that movement, and step just a little bit further and further closer to the wall here, so you get a good distance on it, and you engage the step when it finally lets you actually do it, and you appear in an enclosed space, covered in clothes that feel musty and dusty, and you realize that you are in a closet.
Here again. How long do I have on these boots to be able to continue doing this?
You have full minute.
Okay. Can I see?
But, sorry, just to clarify, the teleportation is a bonus action that you can use anytime between rests. It's not tied directly to the extra attack. The extra attack is a separate effect that is once a day.
So I'm stuck here until I have a long rest.
You can take a short rest to get the teleport back.
I'm gonna have a short rest in the closet.
Okay.
Just gonna have some comfy, sort out some comfy clothes around me. I've been in a closet before. In some ways, I'm always in a closet. He's just gonna be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna sit here for an hour.
I'm really
The
looking
ball's
forward
not due
to
to
next week when we get to be like, and then Jun came out of the closet, and that's what you missed on Glee.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the ball's not due to finish within the next hour, is it?
No, definitely not.
Cool. So yeah, he'll just do that.
Just take a sit down and just listen to the music happening around you and just chill. Cool. So, let's go to Avril.
Yes, boss.
You have gone into the ladies' bathroom, which is down the hall from where Jun just murdered a man. So you have not heard any of the commotion. Anything in particular you're doing there in the bathroom? Other than
I don't know
using
what.
the
I'm
bathroom?
just. I am mostly staring myself in the mirror with my hands on either side of the sink, and doing the whispering to self. Come on, get it together. You are here for a reason. You gotta do some stuff. You're not allowed to feel sad right now. Trying to do the self-talk thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then I'm also gonna try and bring my composure back to myself, and then remember that I had a very specific job to do, so I should probably get back out there and do it.
Okay.
Have I heard any of the commotion in a bathroom nearby?
No. So you didn't hear any commotion in the bathroom. You've just been readying yourself, returning to your composure, and just as you've finally feel like you've gotten ready, you've wiped all the tears away, you're no longer as flushed in the face, you hear from the stalls behind you, no one has gone in or come out, but you hear a loud gurgling in the toilet, like the water is struggling to go down and is flushing back up. And you look behind you and you see that there is a puddle forming from underneath one of the stalls and is spreading over the bathroom floor.
Just turns around and has a moment there are toilets that flush here. We should get one of those for the house. And then, because Avril don't know no better, is just gonna call out, hello?
As if to respond, the toilet gurgles a little bit more, and you hear and a splash of water pouring over the toilet bowl and onto the floor.
I'm gonna cautiously go walking towards the cubicle where I think the gurgling is coming from. And I'm gonna... Did I bring that? No, I didn't bring the glove. I'm gonna get my hands kind of in the ready position for do I need to throw some shit? And I'm gonna
stand right outside the door and go, "Hello? Anybody in there?"
And you'll hear in a raspy, slithery tone, "Occupied."
Because that's not scary at all. And then I'm going to kick through the door with
Okay.
all of my 10 pounds of strength. Just putting that out there.
All right. Let me just.
That's a flat check.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Roll me a strength check.
I was going to say, it's going to be real bad. And also, Foundry hates me.
Oh. That's not good.
Oh. Yeah, I've got lots of black screen. I'm going to ask you nicely to roll for me, please.
Okay. Strength check. It's a -2.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a
Yeah,
10?
it is.
It's a 10 on the strength check, but that's enough to kick down a stall door.
Sweet.
Let me just see if I can do this real quick.
It kicked me out again. I'm getting back in.
Okay. Just realized that the token for this is not correct. But it's too late now. Does this have an effect I can apply? No, it doesn't. Annoying. Okay. Well, you kick open the door to see the torso of a woman.
It looks like a centaur or something.
Yeah. It's not quite the correct token.
It's incredible.
To see the torso of a woman that has been magically shrunk down to being smaller than it would normally be. You immediately tell this from your...
I hope y'all are prepared for everyone to have nightmares.
Yeah. And you see the torso
She
of
wasn't
this...
already?
You see the torso of this woman
Even more.
sticking out of the toilet bowl and slowly but surely coming more and more out of the toilet bowl. You realize that the bottom half of this person is a skinned snake. You're seeing fleshy underbits of snake slowly worming its way up through the toilet.
Now, it's at this point you probably remember Varys and Thrakus talking about a snake woman.
Yes, I magically remember Thrakus talking about a snake woman. I'm just gonna keep my hands held at the ready and try talking to the thing, because we don't fireball first, we ask questions. So after kicking in this door and seeing this absolutely monstrous thing in front of me, I'm just gonna go, are you friendly? Are you stuck? Do you need help, or do I need to leave?
She will cock her head a little bit, pondering your question, and then in a slithering tone, go, "You should probably leave."
Do you want me to I'll shut the... Do you want me to shut the door? Like, do you want,
Yes.
Are you good? Okay. Do you need anything? Like more, there's that roll stuff. Do you want me to get some?
No, I think there's enough here, thanks.
Okay, do you need a towel? I noticed the floor is really wet. And Everald's very slowly closing the door and starting to reverse.
The more you stand there, the more delicious you look.
Oh no, I taste disgusting. I'm not even from here. You can ask the others. I'm really old. I taste gross. I know I don't look it, but I'm older than my friends are by a couple of thousand years. Anyway, and I'm just pulling the door closed and starting to reverse across the bathroom
Right,
one step at a time.
Hearing louder and faster glugs as more of the bodies coming through. It's coming through faster. She's getting out of that toilet as quickly as possible.
Oh, goody. I'm not gonna lie. Avril is about to shit her pants. Probably toilet is the right place to be. I am going to reverse up to the bathroom door as fast as I can and stick my head out into the hallway and yell help as loud as I possibly can.
Okay.
Because I figure that's the smart thing to do rather than dying alone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Sneaky plans
Farrah's
never
gonna be
work.
so proud of me.
All right. Well, Varys, Thoricus, Ailey, you all hear the muffled cry of Avril, calling out for help.
I mean,
I got
running
a pair of lungs on me. It's a decent noise.
Yeah.
Oh, such a big ballroom.
There's a big ballroom.
I am going to use my boots. Had a charge of them, so I now have used my bonus action, but I get 50 a 50 movement speed instead of 25.
Yep.
In which direction? Sorry, out here.
Down this way. These doors.
Crash, my grapple gun.
You got it. Gifts it over to you.
Sweet, grab it. Sprint along there. How far have we got?
It is going to be 60
60.
for you. You can use your action to dash if you want to get further than that. But 50 will get you to the door.
I get there. Right. Yeah. 50 to the door. And an action to go another 50. That's 15.
Right click? No. Do it. There was a way.
Yeah, I thought you could do like corners and stuff.
Spacebar will send you a token. Double click. Right click. Do it.
Math if you need math.
Yeah, I guess you just need a method. But also spacebar pauses it when I do it.
Ooh. Over
sick.
here?
Cool.
Yeah, bonus action, movement, and action.
Cool. Thoricus?
I will be following, yes. So it's 45 to the door. Hey, get, oh my god, it's not playing ball. That'll be 50. Because this is a dead sprint. So I can get to here. And the shortcut doesn't work for me. Okay.
Okay.
Help is on the way, dear.
That's exactly what I was hearing. I need you to know that.
Yeah, you hear
In the campaign I used to
multiple.
play in, the first NPC that we ever met was voiced, like the DM was doing Mrs. Doubtfire. And it just meant that literally the fact that we were in Tutorial Town and the first conversation we have with the mayor is, "Oh, hello, dear." And we were all like, "Oh God." Nothing like the pure terror of coming back and being like, "We failed. I'm so sorry," and her being like, "Pot of tea? Would you like cream?"
Cool. All right. Well, you've all used your 6 seconds to sprint to Avril. And Avril, what do you tell him?
Snake lady gurgle says I'm hungry. Food. Toilet.
Ferris turns back to Thoricus and says, "Snake lady."
What? Snake lady?
Snake lady.
Snake lady wants to eat me. In cubicle. Water everywhere. Scary.
What the fuck?
Help.
This is
Snake
not what I
lady.
was expecting. I wasn't expecting a snake lady.
I was gonna say, how many seconds do we have?
Well, it's after that commotion and that stuff that you hear the stall door get turned entirely the wrong way outwards, and
Shablam.
a snake lady slides on out, returns to her full size now.
Are we?
She definitely was not going to fit through the pipes as a normal full size. And with that, initiative rolls, please.
Oh, goodness.
I expected this, and yet I managed to roll a 1. What? The fuck, Thoricus? Okay.
I have advantage because my boots are active.
Seriously, Codswallop? Oh, I love you. Oh, Christ.
Who's a good boy?
He's such a good boy. You're all a 19.
Who's a good boy?
He's got nothing on you though, Varys. Varys, Fleetfoot.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you one, boss.
Would you like me to?
I managed to get that. I'm using my I don't have a mouse right now.
Okay.
So I'm having mad issues with the UI. That's all.
Understandable. Okay. Well, Varys, you're up.
Oh. Shit.
Oh shit.
My shield's in John's bag.
Sure is.
Oh well.
Just in the
Okay.
closet.
Yeah.
Please tell me the closet is nearby.
It's all the way in the in the ballroom.
That's so good.
And John
Alright.
did not hear the commotion as they are in the closet.
Alright.
John,
So-
if you could get your shit together.
Okay, so that means in his right hand, Varys has the grapple gun, and in his left, he pulls Fox's Folly out of the amazingly stitched-in hiding spot in his coat, and loads it up as he moves over here and dives past Avril into the room and goes, "Ugh! Oh, God! Eh! Eh!" And then starts shooting at her. Oh, okay. Come on now. I have single target bullets that I created earlier, which I would like to use for these, but I will make my shots first.
I'm gonna make an assumption that y'all are gonna fill me in on Snake Lady later.
Yes. As part of that, though, I will say that after once she revealed herself properly, is no longer minimized. Your crown on your head started to shine ever so brightly.
Oh, that it does that when a thingy is near.
A what now?
A thingy, it's obvious. Duh.
Who's my what's it?
Oh god, do I have to spell everything out for you too?
Apparently.
As long as it has at least one diamond, the helm emits dim light in a 30-foot radius when at least one undead is within that area.
Ooh.
And if an undead starts its turn in that area, it takes radiant damage.
Yep.
It's not much radiant damage, but it's something.
And it's
Nice.
is it 30 feet?
Yeah, anything within 30 feet, and they take it's like a d6 or something. Yep.
Well, a 27 will hit.
Cool. I got spicy pistol bullet single target.
Cool. Roll me a d4.
Alrighty. Make sure I use up one of those. D4. As a 2.
Cool. Roll me. 7d4 plus 7.
Ooh. My fave. Yee. 22 damage.
Okay. Actually, yes. Don't think she wants to take that damage. So she will not. Your bullet will clip her arm, and then as your gun like flares up for the magic missiles, you'll see her quickly cast a spell, and a thin blue shimmer will appear over her, and all of the magical missile bolts that shoot from your gun will be instantly scattered by this shield, slamming into walls and lights around.
Did you say, is she using a reaction to cast the shield?
She is using a reaction to cast the shield.
Silvery barbs!
Okay. Silvery Bobs just does the advantage stuff, right?
I think I can momentarily distract them, so I make her.
Yeah, so she was doing a roll,
yeah.
and it would be a disadvantage, but it's not a roll.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not quite the counterspell thingy. Like,
Yeah.
it's not quite the. Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, I think. Let me quickly check.
Yeah, it doesn't quite. Yeah, it's a roll.
Yeah, it is just a roll.
Yeah, my bad. Misunderstood.
No worries.
Okay.
So she will get shield off,
Hmm.
which will negate magic missile effect,
Okay.
and give her +5 bonus AC. You'll know that.
Okay. Alrighty.
It's not it's like until the next turn she's got +5 AC.
Fair. Well, upon seeing an undead and realizing that he is the only thing between the undead and the small child, he's gonna chug a potion of necrotic resistance as his bonus action.
Right on. Yep.
And then take 2 more shots against this creature. The first one is going to be one of my special shots. What is it called? Dazing shot. That's the one.
Okay.
No, I do have uses on it. Don't be silly.
I think it's because it wants its own use, right?
Yeah, so I just put the one there. Yeah, DC 17 con saving throw, and I have to make the shot as well too.
Cool. Roll the attack.
Yeah.
If you do actually hit, she failed it.
Ooh,
13 will not
that's
hit. So.
that's yeah. Oh, it's not infused, so yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't misfire.
Yeah.
It is also non-magical, by the way.
It's true.
I mean, it's my spellcasting focus, but it's not a magical weapon per se.
Correct.
I will do the same thing again. Take another shot and use my grip point to do another one of those. 20 doesn't hit, I'm guessing.
No, not with the shield currently.
Yeah. Shit. Well, that's 2 of those bullets down.
So,
That's
from,
my turn.
from everyone's perspective, all of a sudden you've rushed in, slid under their legs, their crowns started glowing. They look behind to see you. Fire 3 rounds rapid at the snake lady. One of the bullets grazes her. A bunch of magical shit goes flying that way. Gets sprayed across the shield. 2 more shots go out and also slam into the shield, scattering shrapnel all over the place, flicking bits of wood off of these stalls. Yeah. And obviously also you quickly flick out a potion, pop the top, and skull the whole thing like nobody's business.
Yep, just like this weird purple potion, Varus suddenly becomes way more sallow and kind of like dark.
Perfect. Cool. Alright. Varus is over. Codswallop is following Thoracus.
Oh, sorry, can I also just move over here so that I'm
Yeah,
further
sure.
between Avril and the creature?
So
Cool.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Just start moving other players around here. Math, please. Ailey can't really move around you. Hears the shots, is wondering what's going on, but doesn't know what to do here. It's probably just like, move, get out of the way. But that the snake fully uncoils itself out of the stall, slithers up, and towers over Varus.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking forward to seeing you again.
Shame it's not likewise.
And we'll go ahead and attack you. It would be helpful if that actually rolled things when I hit them.
Mm-hmm.
That's helpful. Cool, I guess that stuff didn't make it across. Great. Okay, 2 seconds, everybody. I also should change the music. Too many things on here.
We're not here for a jaunty TPK.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually, yeah. Now I feel like we're in danger.
Good.
You have loved us.
That's how the music's supposed to work, isn't it?
That is how the music is supposed to work.
I don't like it. I like the drunkenness.
Okay. That definitely won't hit. That'll hit. 25. Varus.
Sorry, yes, it will.
Yeah.
Current AC is 18.
Perfect. So, she has a dagger in one hand, put her claws out in the other, swipes at you with her claws, misses, slashes at you with the dagger, gets you for 5 hit points. I will get you
Okay.
to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Is this a fear effect?
It's not a fear effect.
Okay.
It is technically a charm effect.
Oh, I see. Wisdom saving throw. That's not good.
Cool. Okay. You suddenly feel off kilter. It wasn't the blade. You're not sure. You're not really sure what's. It's like you're suddenly drunk.
Oh.
But everything's kind of hazy.
Mhm.
You're sure that you feel like your limbs are moving properly, and you're pretty sure that you can still see things, especially out of your magical eye, but looking directly at the snake is causing you to just feel a little queasy and not quite at your top fighting form at the moment.
Oh, I don't feel good. Oh, Vera starts to sway a little bit.
Okay. And you take 5 damage from that. Apply.
Okay.
Cool. It's a good status effect for this one. That'll do.
Just a casual skull and crossbones.
Yeah. It's just the poison status effect
Yeah.
symbol. It's fine. And with that, she will slither around you like this and tower over Avril. Yes, you're looking tasty. With that, Avril, you're up.
Good. Because I got things to say about being delicious. And what I wanted to do is no longer possible because now she's near me and that's a really bad idea for poor Varys.
Oh, right. Also, roll your radiant damage. She decided to close by.
Slash roll 1d6. Enter. Slash rule is not a command. My laptop hates me today, sorry.
Fair enough.
Oh my goodness, that's also not a command. Wow. And I hope you see that error message because it's particularly funny.
I unfortunately don't.
It was ORLL, which I am not going to pronounce.
Okay, applying that damage. Cool. Right. Full turn. What's the plan?
Well, I was gonna fling something at her, but now I think it's possibly a poor idea. So I feel for poor Varys, who's pretty close.
Okay.
So it might be time to cause that really, really big distraction. I don't know. She's a big scary undead thing. If I had to guess, I'd say that doesn't come with a whole lot of constitution.
Maybe.
So, I'm just trying to think, you know, I'll just put it out there. So, I'm just gonna go with Ye Old Faithful.
Okay.
Investiture of I'm scared. Oh, it won't even let me cast. Bear with. I'm gonna cast my big scary. I can't even see myself on the map, that's the problem. To try and make sure I've dragged it over, I think I can do it. I want to make sure that I'm obviously not in a place where Varys is gonna get nailed by it. But I also want to make sure that I'm not leaving their reach. Considering the size comparisons, can I yeet through and try and get behind her so I'm no longer in the doorway? Like, can I get to the space behind her?
Yeah. I would say that you can move
Like-
around that enough to do that.
Yeah, like, I don't want to leave her reach, obviously, but I want to make it, like, past, like, around her back, effectively.
Yep.
So that then other people can still fit through the doorway.
Yeah.
It says that I use my action, but we've always said that, it implies that I will fling a thing turn one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will do that. I will draw a line directly out in front of me and go gaboor, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
Which is dexterity saving throw for you.
Yep.
And what was it? 48 plus 11 or plus 12? I can never remember. Is it plus 11 at the moment?
It is plus 11 at the moment, yes.
Thank you. I don't know if you saved or not, but did you make it, boss? Did you save your roll?
No, but with a roll like that, I think she might go ahead and use a legendary resistance on that one.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, she doesn't want to take all of that. But that's
There's nothing we can do about those, eh?
No, you can't.
Yep.
That's just a resource that you just have to get through.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys know that Jun, like, what he was up to. You don't necessarily know where he is now, but if you thought it was a good idea, you could probably message him if you need help.
That is true.
With a free action to finish my turn, I will holler as loudly as I can. Now would be a good time to show up, my buddy! As loud as I possibly can, trying to get John's attention. Because who needs message when you got lungs? I'm doing my best to raise the alarm.
If Jun can hear that from the...
And it's... Yeah, well, I mean, we're making a hell of a commotion, so I'm hoping that you can hear something. I'm also hoping that all of the party guests are noticing, and part of my yell is for Jun to notice, but part of it I'm hoping that, you know, that mayor dude who's, like, pretty powerful and scary is also noticing, or maybe some guards or some other dudes, like... Part of the reason I'm yelling is to raise the alarm, like, hello, big scary monster, get the people out of here.
Yeah, fuck is Asmodeus doing right now?
Do you really want to know?
Probably not.
Is Asmodeus the fucking Lamia?
No.
Thank you.
I would like to peer through the like any cracks or a keyhole, presumably in the wardrobe, just to. What are the guests doing? Are there a bunch of people milling around outside the wardrobe?
There are not.
Yeah, what's happening in the room? Like, if I stepped out of the wardrobe, would a bunch of people turn and look at me, or would I be able to sneak through?
It's very likely that people would turn and look at you. They're not right up against it, they're not right close to it, but it would be pretty obvious if you stepped out.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Carry on, I'ma have a think.
Fair enough. Yeah, with that, so Errol has done the attack. That's actually still that is still 19 points of damage because your plus 11 doesn't get halved from the resistance.
Yeah. It doesn't.
So I'm going to let that out differently.
I'm so sorry.
I'm the one who gave you this ability.
Yep. But the best part of that ability is the fact that it was a surprise to me. I wasn't like, I want this. You were like, I really appreciate it. You know, I do.
Welcome. So
And that bit where I ignore if they're resistant as well. That's pretty nice.
Very handy stuff. So, that's your turn, yeah? Move, fiery stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much.
Cool. Okay. At the end of your turn, I would like you to roll me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh lordy. I just gotta get to those throws.
That's fine. Alright, there's advantage.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yep.
It is so slow. I've got like it's like my UI is running at about 3 FPS. Bear with me.
Interesting.
Yeah. We'll fix it later.
Fair enough.
I'm so smart, boss. I'm feeling good right
so
now.
Wise.
Yep.
Well,
Can I use silvery bobs on myself?
I mean, you already have advantage, so no.
I know.
I mean, you could actually. Sorry, you could use it to disadvantage yourself to give someone else advantage.
True.
In which case, you would just use the first one, considering you failed it anyway.
Oh, yeah, now.
No? Okay, cool. Well, with that, you see, almost like they threw pocket glitter at you. A magic spell comes flying into your face, and suddenly, you remember this Lamia. She was a friend that you've had since you were young. That she helped you. She's a friend. Why are you fighting her?
That's why I offered you a towel, because you were a wit. It's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Thrakus. Marcus.
Sorry. I don't like it. Okay. So is this door cracked open?
Which door?
To the bathroom.
It's fully open.
Fully open?
Yeah.
Sweet! Which means I can see the Lamia from here.
Yep.
Yes, I can. Sweet. Time for some shooter up business. I can Slayer's Prey her. Let's get some longbow action, because at this range,
Oh my goodness.
get wrecked. There's also Slayer's Prey on that. I ain't fucking around. Get away from my kid.
Let's pray. Okay, so critical damage here. Line. So let's pray, and then shield's one off, so it's been a turn. So that one hits. Yep. And so let's pray. Cool. As for your regaining stuff back, though, you don't get the full 10. You will instead get back. What's that? 5? Yeah, 5.
Huh?
Yeah. So you get 5. You don't regain
10 hit points.
5 temporary hit points for that. As it appears, necrotic damage isn't doing as much as it should.
That's fine. I just wanted to get away from my friends.
Fair enough. Anything else?
No, that's bonus, 2 actions,
Actions.
most of my movement. I'm not going to go into the room because then I'd have to go past her, and I can shoot her through the door.
Fair enough. Cool. So at this moment, that suddenly there's a bunch of shouting and screaming from the ballroom, as everyone's finally clicked into people shouting for help, gunshots being heard, and Jun, this is your time if you're gonna get out of the closet in a way that no one notices. This is your time to do it.
Okay. I think Jun will have spent a little bit of time getting changed. Will be wearing his cloak of many fashions and have taken off or have fashioned himself a less recognizable mask, and will come out looking like one of the staff, and will sneak, but also disguised as a member of the staff, so that he is both sneaking and if anyone notices him, he's a staff member, they're probably not going to pay much attention.
Cool.
In before, you there? Why aren't you in the kitchen?
Yeah, he's gonna like try and look like he's, maybe guilty because he's running late for a shift, or he's, I don't know, dropped the ball on something.
Cool. All right. Well, as you slink out, roll me your initiative.
Initiative.
Not bad. All right. You slink out of the closet to notice that everyone is. Notice that most of the people, most of the civilians are running out the door as quickly as they can. They're just sprinting, full sprint. A bunch of the guards are moving from the door. Wayclaw is still in the corner and is just motioning for people to leave, but his keen eyes looking over at you. Very much notices that it's you that stepped out of this closet. Saw right through you at this point. And like sort of motioning with his eyes, he tells you to look at the front doors that everyone's leaving through. And you'll notice that there are 2 uninvited guests walking in as well. One who has a very slimy, like mummified head, and the other is a halfling who has tattered clothes and blue, like he has suffered through the elements. You do not know either of these faces, but you're pretty sure from the look of them that they are no good. As they are certainly both undead. Yeah.
So most of the guests are out.
Yes. Most, if not all, of the guests are out. But this is where we are going to finish up for tonight, as it is past 10 o'clock. And we will get to that next full round of combat next time. As Jun has come out of the closet.
Again!
You're so proud.
I love how Jin keeps being in closets.
It's so good. It's really perfect. Somehow you just always end up in a closet. It just happens.
I mean, Jin has so many things in his life to address. His sexuality is like not the priority.
Alrighty, well, thanks everybody for joining us. Yeah, we will see how this wraps up next time on Dungeons and Dragons. Goodbye.
But
Bye.